I'm Dr. Lisa Thornton. I'm a childhood disability doctor, and I'm also a mom of 3. You know, I'm boots on the ground with this obesity epidemic. The amazing thing about being a physician today is that we are seeing this epidemic expanding and growing. I had a patient who was 14 years old. She weighed 350 pounds. She also had a condition called Blount's disease, which is where the growing bones of childhood actually begin to bow under the extreme weight that they have to carry. They have to go get orthopedic surgery. The orthopedic surgeon breaks the bone, realigns it. The child then goes through extensive, painful rehabilitation until that limb is healed. And then they have to do the other leg. And the same thing repeats. These children often never walk the same as they did before or as they would have had they not been obese. According to the CDC, there are 12.5 million kids aged 2 to 19 who are obese in the USA. As a pediatrician, I do a BMI, a body mass index, which takes into account height and weight and is used to determine if a child is obese. If a child weighs more than 85% of their peers, they are considered overweight. If they weigh more than 95% of their peers, they are considered obese. The remarkable thing about childhood is that the body's very resilient. It can take a lot, and it takes a lot to injure a child's body from the inside out. But we know that obesity is like a poison. It's a disease, and it's a disease with side effects and complications just like any other disease. And we know that it's a ticking time bomb. So if we don't see the complications in childhood, we do expect that we will see them in adulthood. There are many health consequences to obesity: type 2 diabetes, coronary heart disease, stroke and high blood pressure, cancers like endometrial, breast and colon, high cholesterol, liver disease, respiratory problems, arthritis, even infertility. Childhood obesity is costing our country a fortune. The medical costs of obesity are more than $147 billion a year. I work with people who are often food insecure. They don't know where their next meal is coming from sometimes. So to tell someone who doesn't know when they're going to eat again to eat an apple with 80 calories versus eating off a dollar menu at a fast food place where you can get 600 calories. As a pediatrician, that doesn't make sense to me, and as a mom, it sure doesn't make sense. It's amazing how cheap sugar is, how these huge beverages that they serve cheaply are able to be delivered to people for, little to no money, for pennies. And yet, broccoli and squash and greens are more costly. It is remarkable to see how food policy has influenced the way that people eat. The Farm Bill is the single most important piece of legislation that affects what our children eat. The Farm Bill determines nutritional services like food stamps, and it has a huge influence on what farmers grow. The Farm Bill has a direct effect on the foods that are available to your family and in your neighborhood. Access to healthy food is a basic human right, and our children need nutritious food to learn, develop, and thrive. We can't let anyone fall through the cracks. Find out more at parentearth.com.